possibility of a future Iran with nuclear arms consumes the attention of most people in Israel and its political and military leadership. However, what lies beyond Iran, just east of the Straits of Hormuz, is another threat that seldom causes a ripple either inside Israel or among the academics and experts in North America or Europe. I'm referring to Iran's next-door Islamic neighbor that, unlike Iran, already brandishes about 100 nuclear warheads. With an Islamic zeal and barely concealed contempt for, quote-unquote, the kuffar, primarily the Jews and Hindus. In meeting with leading Jewish intellectuals and academia in North America, and some in Israel itself, I'm struck by the lack of interest they have about Pakistan, let alone its nuclear program. Few write about the internal dynamics of Pakistan that has emerged today as the world's #1 source of jihadi suicide bombers and ground zero for the training of Islamic terrorists around the world. Allow me to dwell on the facts as brought to us by those who know the country's nuclear program. Pakistan's leading anti-nuclear activist is a nuclear physicist, Professor Pervez Hoodbhoy of MIT. In his new book, Confronting the Bomb, he has this to say about Pakistan's nukes. Quote, "The fear of loose nuclear weapons comes from the fact that Pakistan's armed forces harbor a hidden enemy within their ranks. Those wearing the cloak of religion freely walk in and out of top security nuclear installations every day. The fear of the insider is ubiquitous and well-founded. Pakistan is a society based on fundamental notion of hatred, and they make no apologies about it, hatred of the other. Since its creation, the society has identified two groups that rhyme in the Urdu lexicon, the Hanud and the Yahud, the Hindu and the Jew. And this has been cultivated since 1947 until now, where this education is ubiquitous, and it is known that every terror incident anywhere in the world committed by Pakistani-trained terrorists is always pointed to as something having to do with the state of Israel. In a culture of violence, 3 million fellow Muslims were killed in a genocide in 1971 in Bangladesh. With the liquidation of the Hindu population and the total absence of Jews, the addiction to killing the other is now consuming the Pakistanis from within. Just in the 3 years leading up to the 2011 capture and death of Osama bin Laden, there were 225 suicide bombings in the country, killing 3,900 people, and all of them in political motivated attacks by Sunni Muslim jihadis. All the victims were Muslims, from the Ahmadi community to Shia Muslims, and all the victims were accused of working for the Zionist cause. The irony is that while Israel considers Shia Iran as its primary enemy and nurtures a cold peace with Sunni Jordan and Egypt, Sunni Islamic clerics consider the Shias as an offshoot of Judaism and the agents of Zionist Israel. And mind you, for all the people saying there needs to be action in Syria, if America attacks, you have no idea what's going to happen in your neighborhood. Syria will be the next Afghanistan, and Lebanon will follow. So please, if you have to fight this scourge, you have to understand, where is it located? When was the last time you heard of Iranian hijackers or Iranian terrorists? After the Argentinian bombing, there isn't one. I can give you 1,000 terror incidents related to Pakistan, and none will be recognized because the media doesn't cover it.